This August marks 10 years since I joined Roblox. When I was really young, I played Roblox a ton and I loved it. Logging onto Roblox now seems like I'm playing a completely different game though. Some guy named Badass is trying to friend me, and the most engaging game right now is a Garten of Banban remake. Almost all of the games I played when I was starting out no longer have any active players, and today I'd like to take a look at Roblox games from the last 17 years that once dominated the front page, just to be forgotten mere years later. Throughout Roblox's history, there have been several new fads in game genres that were popular for a short time, only to die out due to a lack of replayability. One good example is kart ride games, originating in 2010, where players would sit in a cart and change its speed until they reached the end of the map. Quiz games such as Name That Character games are another category of Roblox games that were popular in the 2010s, but are rarely played anymore. These games mainly consisted of saying a character's name in the chat to proceed, though you could easily see what anyone had said in the chat box previously, making cheating very easy. Name That Character quizzes are prevalent online outside of Roblox, so Roblox versions of these quizzes aren't very necessary. The next trend in Roblox games I'd like to discuss is badge hunt games. Player-made badges were introduced to Roblox in August 2009, and badge walk games became prevalent on Roblox around 2 months after the fact. Some early examples include Too Cool for You's Badge Hunt with 226 badges, which features a flat plane of platforms that award the player badges. In 2011, Roblox user Planet Earth with a 3 created Find the Domos, a game where the player is tasked with finding all of the Domo-themed badges. Throughout the mid-2010s, a whole genre of badge hunting games would thrive on Roblox, such as Find the Kirbys, Find the Squidwards, and many more. Most of these games have millions of visits, but are completely dead due to their lack of replayability. When you find all the badges in one game, there's not much left to do in it. The genre hasn't died out, however, as games like Find the Charmix are still very active. The last time I covered dead Roblox games, I talked about prolific developers who once had multiple games on the front page, just for them to lose their player bases. A good example of this is Stickmaster Luke, who has been making games on Roblox since 2007, and has had many hits along the way. One of the earliest examples is Jailbreak, released in 2009, where players are tasked with escaping prison, using custom mechanics like crouching and sprinting, which were quite advanced for how old the game is. Though the original game is broken, a remake of the game garnered some popularity as a result of people finding it while trying to find the unrelated Jailbreak game of the same name by Bad CC and Asimo 30089. Medieval Clash, also created by Stickmaster Luke in 2010, was a team-based sword fighting game with a medieval theme that was quite popular throughout 2010 to 2014. There were 6 classes in the game: Knight, Scout, Spearman, Archer, Swordsman, and Bowman. The game has very repetitive gameplay and only partially works nowadays, but it was once very popular, having nearly 2 million visits as of 2023. Also, if you're wondering how I'm playing dead games with all these people in a server, I get people from my Discord server to join. So if you ever want to be in one of these games, join my Discord server to be notified when I'm recording. LOL Captions was a party game of sorts created in late 2010 where players were given various, very old school memes and told to write captions for them. This game is now entirely broken as of 2023, leading to it having no players online. Deception Infection was another early hit Roblox horror game created by Stickmaster Luke in 2010 where a select few players are chosen to be infected. Players have to use scanners and general logic to find out who the infected players are, though infected players do not look any different, making it much more difficult. This is literally just Among Us, but like 10 years earlier. Fencing is a game where you fence other players. That's about it. Downhill Smash, created by Stickmaster Luke in September 2008, is another very popular game he owned, where players dodge trucks falling down a cliff. Since its creation, it has amassed over 6 million visits, though its repetitive gameplay led to decreasing active player counts. And last but not least, Cube Eat Cube, which was created by Stickmaster Luke in 2015. Cube Eat Cube is essentially a Gario on Roblox, where players become cubes and are tasked with gaining as much mass as possible by eating other cubes and players that are smaller than them. The game died out as a Gario popularity faded, but garnered over 30 million visits while it still had an active player base. Lando 64000 is another developer who has had many hit Roblox games, though if you've only been playing for a few years, you may only remember him for one. Pokemon Brick Bronze was a role-playing game based on the original Pokemon series, created by Lando 64000 in 2015 under his group Llama Train Studio. The game was essentially a Roblox remake of the average Pokemon game in the Roblox game style, with some changes made to the plot and gameplay. The game game was a massive success, having nearly 500 million visits in the first 2.5 years. Sadly, in April 2018, it was taken down due to copyright concerns from Nintendo Corporation themselves. A replacement for Brick Bronze named Lumion Legacy was released in 2019, though many players missed the original Brick Bronze dearly. Before Brick Bronze, Lando 64000's most popular game was a hide-and-seek game created in April 2009. The game has 49 maps and was quite popular for a while, having over 20 million visits as of 2023. Though when people stop playing a round-based game in favor of newer Roblox experiences, the game starts to die out as a result of there not being enough people to fill up servers, which is exactly what happened to this game. One of Lando's earliest hit Roblox games was A Pirate's Life, a 2009 pirate role-playing game with over 7 million visits. You could battle players, collect treasure, fish, and do other pirate-centric activities. The game's player base started to decrease as a result of exploiters, and it hasn't recovered since. Lando had a few lesser-known exploration-based games that I'd like to mention from 2009 to 2011, such as In the Dead of Autumn, Lando's Haunted Mansion, and Lando's Caverns. Each of these games has the player exploring a variety of locations, with the main goal of finding a select amount of items by completing puzzles. The last time I made a video about dead Roblox games, I categorized all of the games into one of a few different categories, though there are many games I'd like to talk about that don't fall into any category, starting with Mashables. Mashables was a Roblox game that I remember being pretty popular around 2014 to 2015. In Mashables, each player would be tasked with building one part of a monster. When all parts of the monster are done, each player has to survive the monster. The game was broken as a result of the 2018 filtering enabled update, which was intended to make it so client-side exploits don't affect the whole server. This update actually broke tens of thousands of Roblox games and didn't do much to prevent exploiting. Pixel Neighborhood was a 2015 Roblox game created by former Roblox YouTuber Pixel Flame. In the game, you explore a neighborhood with a lot of, weird stuff going on. The game had plenty of Easter eggs like the zombie invasion events, the sewers, the, abandoned house, and many more. Much like many other games on this list, it stopped receiving regular updates and later died out. Throwville Theme Park was a Roblox game made in 2007 by the then popular user JJ5x5. JJ5x5 was an early Roblox user known for his Roblox Gone Crazy series of video shorts starting in June 2007. The game seen in all of these videos was JJ's own theme park place, where many rides and attractions can be found. Due to the popularity of the Roblox Gone Crazy video series, the theme park would become a very popular game throughout 2007 to 2010. When JJ5x5 quit Roblox in the early 2010s, updates on the theme park ceased. Players lost interest in the game, and more of the rides and attractions found in the game broke. Destruction Derby was a game created in 2008 by Tiger370 where players destroy cars. It was super popular when it was a relatively new game, though its active player base has dropped to 0, as the driving tool used to do anything in the game is broken, rendering the game unplayable. Top Roblox Runway Model by Dizzy Purple was a Roblox game created in 2014 where players would become models and make outfits using the variety of clothing styles featured in the game. A few players in the server would be selected to act as judges and would judge the models. The game was massively popular at the time of its creation, having over 130 million visits as of 2023, but the game would die out due to a lack of updates and up-and-coming games would take its place like Fashion Famous. By far, the longest standing and most popular Roblox game genre is fighting games, which is a pretty broad umbrella term. After all, Crossroads is Roblox's first multiplayer game, and that was a PvP game. Fighting games is an umbrella term that I'm using here for anything with player versus player combat. Martial Arts Battle Arena is a 1v1 martial arts style Roblox fighting game that was created in 2012, where the main goal is to reach
the Master Belt.
The game was super popular in 2013, though it started to die out not long after due to its repetitive gameplay loop. Bridge Sword Fighting is a very simple sword fighting game created by Army Troner in December 2009, where players fight with swords on a bridge. Despite how simple it is, it had some sort of a player base until 2021, though this has since died out. And finally, the last game I'd like to talk about is Parkour Tag, which barely classifies as a fighting game, but whatever. Parkour Tag is a tag game set in a parkour map. The players are given triple jump moves and the ability to walk on walls and can trap the taggers temporarily to get farther away from them. A very simple concept, and it was a very popular game in 2017, with the game having over 35 million visits as of 2023. As updates for the game slowed, however, and less people were able to fill servers, the game started to die out. In 2022, work on a sequel to Parkour Tag started. That's the last game I wanted to talk about. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, do things you do after you're watching a video you enjoyed. More videos coming this summer, and I'll see you in the next one.